Hello students, welcome back to our YouTube channel. And as we have discussed in the previous video, that in this video we are going to know how do the nutrition process takes place in human beings. Okay, so let's start the class. Digestion in human beings involves both mechanical and chemical process. Okay, mechanical digestion involves the teeth. That means in mechanical digestion, food is physically broken down into smaller particles by chewing, while the chemical digestion involves the enzymes. Okay, that means the chemical digestion takes the use of enzymes, which are proteins that help in the simplification of food material. Okay, the digestive system of human beings consists of the main two main parts: alimentary canal and digestive glands. Okay, let's first see the alimentary canal. It is a long, continuous and muscular tube which consists of various organs. First one is mouth cavity, second one esophagus or also known as food pipe, third one stomach, next is small intestine, and the last is large intestine. Okay, let's read one by one. So as you can see here, the mouth cavity consists of tongue, teeth and saliva. Okay, so first we are going to read tongue. The top of the tongue is rough and bumpy, while the underside is very smooth, and this is because the top of the tongue is covered with a layer of bumps called papillae. Papillae grip the food and move it around while chewing. Okay, they contain taste buds which help us to taste whatever we eat. Okay, uh, some typical tastes that the taste buds can detect are sweet, sour, salty and bitter. And the tongue also helps us in the many ways, like it helps us to talk, it moves food around our mouth when we chew it, and it also mixes the saliva with food while chewing and helps us swallow the chewed food. Okay, next is teeth. So in a lifetime the human beings develop two kinds of or two sets of teeth, that is primary teeth, and the next one is permanent teeth. Okay, primary teeth, also known as the baby teeth or milk teeth, and these are 20 in number, and these teeth fall off at the age between 6 to 8 years. Okay, and when this set of teeth fall off, we develop or we start growing permanent teeth. So the permanent teeth may last throughout life for or fall off during old age. Okay, and in an adult human there are 32 teeth in the permanent set. So now we are going to read the different kinds of or different types of teeth. First one, incisor. The teeth in the front are called incisors, and they are used to bite the food or cut the food. Okay, and there are four in each jaw. That means in total there are 8 incisors in our mouth. Next one is canine. On the either side of incisors you can see the sharp pointed teeth, and that are called canines, and they are usually helps to tear the food, and they are total, and there are 4 in total. Okay, next is premolar. Behind the canines we there are the set of premolar. They are flat and ridged, which helps us to crush and crack the food. These are 4 in each jaw. That means in total there are 8 premolar in our mouth. And last one is molar. They are 6 in each jaw. That means total 12 molar present in our mouth, and they help to grind and chew the food. Okay, the third part, that is the saliva that we are going to read in digestive glands, okay, that we have seen here. Okay, let's see the esophagus. It is a long tube which runs from mouth to stomach, and when the food is chewed and partially digested in the mouth cavity, then it is pushed into the pharynx, okay, and from the pharynx the food passes to a long tubular esophagus. Muscles in the wall of the esophagus work in a coordinated manner, in a wavy manner, by contraction and relaxations to push the food forward so that the food can reach the stomach, okay, and this movement of the wall muscles of the esophagus is called peristalsis. And you have to remember that no digestion takes place in esophagus. Next is stomach. The inner lining of the stomach secretes digestive juices or digestive enzymes as well as hydrochloric acid. A mucus layer is present in the stomach which protects the inner surface of stomach from the action of hydrochloric acid. The acid kills many bacteria that enter along with the food and makes the medium in the stomach less acidic. Uh, the digestive juices break down the proteins into simpler substances. Next one, next part of alimentary canal is small intestine. The small intestine is also known as small bowel, and it is the largest portion of the digestive tract, okay, and most part of the digestion takes place in the upper part of the small intestine, which is called duodenum. Actually, small intestine has been divided into three parts, that is duodenum, jejunum and ileum, okay. So the most of the digestion takes place in the upper part, that is known as duodenum, and here the food is mixed with two important secretions from liver and pancreas. Some enzymes are also produced by the walls of small intestine as a chyme, that means the partially digested food, which the food that we have eaten is not completely digested in the stomach. In stomach only the protein has been uh, converted into simpler substances, okay. So the partially digested food enters the small intestine and it is mixed with a variety of intestinal juices which completes the digestion of all the complex components present in the food. The wall of the small intestine has thousands of tiny finger-like projections called villi, which increases the surface area for absorption of nutrients, and each villi has fine blood capillaries close to its surface, and the nutrients pass through the intestinal walls into the blood through these capillaries by the process of diffusion, which we call absorption also. That means the soluble nutrients has been absorbed to the body into the blood, okay. Next, the last part of alimentary canal is large intestine. The undigested and unabsorbed food along with water moves down into large intestine. The large intestine is shorter than small intestine, okay. It absorbs water and useful minerals from the watery mass of undigested food material. The undigested food material becomes semi solid and is then called feces, okay. Now it passes through the large intestine and is stored in the rectum, okay, where it gets expelled out from the body through anus, and this process is called egestion. The next part of your digestive or digestive system of human being is digestive glands, which consist of three glands, that is salivary gland, liver and pancreas. So first is salivary gland. It is located in our mouth and it secretes a water like liquid that is called saliva. Saliva contains enzymes which break down the insoluble starch or the complex starch into soluble and simple sugar, okay. And this is the initiation of digestion. That means the digestion process begins in the mouth. Okay, it does not begin in the stomach. It actually, the digestion process actually begins in the mouth only, where the complex starch has been broken down into simple simplified sugar. Next is liver. uh, the liver is reddish brown color gland which is present just above the stomach, and it is the largest gland in the body. It secretes a green color liquid that is called bile. Okay, and for the temporary storage, our body uses gallbladder. That means the bile is temporarily stored into a hollow organ that is called gallbladder attached to the liver. The bile helps in the breaking down of fat, and it also helps to neutralize the acidity of food leaving the stomach. And the last gland is pancreas. It is a leaf shaped gland which is present just below the stomach. It secretes pancreatic juices that acts on carbohydrates and proteins, and breaks down them into simpler forms. So at last, after the digestion of food, after the complete digestion of food, the carbohydrates converts into glucose, proteins converts into amino acids, and the fats converts into fatty acids and glycerol. So this is all about today's video. Hope you understood the concept that is nutrition in human beings. Thank you.